Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well for this Tuesday morning and had a good Martin Luther King Jr. Day and honored all that he was doing and his legacy. Um, I wanted to share with you guys as well what we did on Sunday for the confirmation parent gathering. And and I really do not like them calling them meetings because it just seems so rigid and business oriented when you call them meetings. Anyway, I digress. I wanted to share with you all what took place because I believe it can help us on our journeys of faith. So, we had talked about how to show what is meaningful or important in our lives, how we show that faith is important too. So we asked the question, how do we share these things within the family? One way we did this was through an activity called Back to Back from an organization called Strong Catholic Families. How this game is played is with one of your parents, or if you are the parent watching, play it with one of your kids and have fun. So here it goes. Ideally, it would be you sitting back to back while answering the following questions. But for the sake of being on social media, one of you will have to read the questions out loud. Both of you will answer the questions. And if both of you get the answer correct, you get points. Each of the questions are worth 5 points. Here are the questions. And again, have fun and enjoy. For the sake of this post, I will also be playing along, even though it's going to be one-sided. And I'm older, so my parents are, though they're still alive, but they're not here. So the first question is, what is the teen's favorite room in the house? Is there an item in that room that is cherished? For me, that one is the living room. The most cherished item in the living room would be a couch. And I know that sounds like kind of like, really? The couch? Why? Well, I choose that because so I can be around others that are within the family and still be comfortable. Number 2 is, what is the teen's favorite meal that he can cook him or herself? Who taught them? My favorite meal as a teen would have been frozen pizza. It's not that hard. Pull it out of the cellophane wrap, put it in the microwave or even the oven, and you turn it on 350. That's not that difficult. Now would be, stuffed chicken with spinach, cheese, and some other herbs and spices. Okay, and so the next would be, what is your parents' favorite restaurant? Why is it their favorite restaurant? Back when I was a kid, I would have to say that my parents' favorite restaurant would have been, it's called Cassie's Steakhouse. They like a good steak. So, number 4, who is the teen's best friend? When I was a kid, my best friend would have been Pat and Trinity. Now, my best friend, his name is Pete. We met after college. Number 5, what is your parent, or who is your parent's best friend? How did they meet? To answer this one, for my dad, I believe it would be Paul. That's who my middle name is after. For my mom, I would have to say it would be Charlene, who is her older sister. But to be honest, I don't really know exactly, or even if this is correct. Number 6 is, what is the best part about being in school? What was it for your parents? For me, when I was a kid, being in school was the socialization, but also I liked learning. I'm sure the way I present myself to you guys, I'm sure that's not really much of a surprise. Number 7, what will be the first thing your teen will do after graduating high school? What did your parents do? For me, the first thing I did after graduating high school was I spent a little time with friends and started saving for college. I'm not sure what my parents did, after graduating high school. I haven't really asked them. Number 8 is, what is a personal trait that you as a teen picked up from your parents? And the second part of that one is, what has your parent learned from you as a teen? For me, a trait that I learned from my parents is oftentimes like I have to be moving, doing something. I can't just sit still for long periods of time. For example, like watching a movie, like soon as that, even sometimes during the movie, I have to get up and like, oh, I can go do something. I can go make popcorn. It's just hard for me to really sit still. Number 9, in the next year, what will be the most challenging event for your family? And what are you doing to prepare for it? Right now, for me, the most challenging event that's happening is preparing / navigating marriage. What we're doing for it, or what I'm doing for it, is taking marriage preparation classes, and we are doing a lot of communicating where we're learning about one another and continuing just to grow together. A couple more questions. All right. So what is your favorite memory of a family time together? What made it fun? So my favorite family memory would be a summer camping trip. It was probably when I was 8-9 years old. We brought our bikes to the campground and we rode them everywhere. We even tried to race one another around the strip, like the path, not strip. In addition to bringing the bikes, my parents like to bring video cameras on events and trips to capture those memories, right? So during this trip, my older sibling borrowed the camera and we made a murder mystery movie. It was kind of fun, but as you would say, very B-rated or even CD rated. Number 11. What is 1 or 2 ways that you share faith with your family that you feel really good about? As a teen, there were a couple things that I felt we did really good with. And that was praying the rosary, and where Dad would ask what the gospel is about every time we went to Mass. Now, my fiance and I try to reflect on the gospel together. We try to see how it plays out in our lives as well, and we talk about that. Don't always find the time and opportunity to do it, but we're striving for it. And that leads to our last question, is what is one way that you wish you and your family could grow in sharing the faith? For me, one way that I wish my fiance and I could grow in sharing the faith is taking time to pray with and for one another. I know, like, even like where I've said on other things where we pray for each other and you pray for those in your life, but like where I would like for us to really vocalize what's on our hearts together, and we haven't taken the time to do that and really establish that as something that's important to us and important for me. So hopefully you guys have fun with this, and it would be nice to hear your experiences, how this went. Was there a lot of laughter? And feel free to post your experiences in the comments section. All right. And have a great day and the rest of the week, and continue to look out for other videos.